in every loan, there are going to be a different conditions prior to fund, prior to doc, prior to approval. Right? Most of the time, let's say I just wanted to see that what type of conditions will be there, because here in our worksheet, what we did, we have updated all the conditions which we found as a discrepancy in the loan, which need to be fulfilled. But are these only the condition will be in this loan, or there are going to be some standard conditions also? So for to find out what type of condition, how many conditions, those going to be the default for the loan. Let me give you an example what I'm trying to say. Let's say it is a purchase loan. In a purchase loan, tell me what could be the default condition which will always remain there. Purchase contract. First, do we need purchase contract in the purchase loan? Yes, right? So that is the default condition that will remain there. What else? Appraisal document, right? That is also going to be appraisal report. That is going to be default condition. What else? HOI is going to be there. If your LTV is more than 80%, MI is also going to be default condition. Yes, so these are called default. There are many based on the scenario. Similarly, if it's a refinance, no cash out. Refinance, no cash out. What is going to happen? Purchase contract will be a default condition. Yes or no?
No.
No purchase contract required. It's not a purchase case. So it is not a condition in this loan, but there will be standard condition 2% or 2000 cash out, cash at closing, right? But will be no more than 2% or 2000 cash at closing to borrower. Will that be a standard condition? If it would be DU loan, if it would be LP loan, remember 1% or 2000, whichever is higher, right? Whichever is higher, no more than 1% or 2000, whichever is higher for a Freddie Mac loan. Will that be a standard condition? Similarly, if there is going to be a refinance cash out, what will be the standard condition? Difference, which will not be in this loan, but in this loan. That 2% or 2000, do we need to write that condition? No, it is a cash out loan. So what will be the cash out purpose letter, which will be a standard condition? That is how the difference is going to be. That is how we need to think upon that in this loan, what are going to, other than whatever discrepancy we found, there are going to be some standard conditions which we always need to add, right? What happens when we add conditions? There will be two options for us. One is add condition. If I'm gonna add condition, here I have one box which is gonna appear. Now I need to tell them who is going to fulfill this condition. Borrower means if I need a pay stub, who is going to provide me pay stub? Borrower. So I will use it borrower. I need to decide who is the party who will fulfill this condition, this document. Borrower, or it will be loan officer. Like if I wanted updated loan estimate, or I wanted to check whether the loan estimate within the 3 days was sent to borrower or not, who is going to fulfill that information? Loan officer. Or broker. I need a broker disclosure. Who is going to provide a broker? So I need to select that broker is going to select this means underwriter. Similarly, sometimes we need to do the telephonic verification of employment, verbal verification of employment. Does borrower will do the verbal verification? Loan officer will do the verbal verification? No. Underwriter, lender? No. Processor. So we need to assign the condition that this is the relevant party who will fulfill this condition, right? Everyone underwrite. Sometimes underwriter has to run the AUS, cross-check the AUS. So underwriter will do. Closer or funder, who will check this file, like terms and condition or liquidation, who will check that condition? Closer or funder? They are the responsible party department who will check that and clear this condition. Post closure, sometimes I told you there could be miscellaneous conditions or post closing conditions. So who will check those conditions, clear those conditions post close? So that is how whatever the party we are going to use, they will be responsible to fulfill that condition. So let's say I'm asking for pay stub. I will check borrower need to provide pay stub. Category, what type of category? Is it prior to approval? Is it prior to closing or doc, or prior to fund, or post close, or pre-purchase, or post fund, or miscellaneous? What stage this condition belongs to, where it need to be fulfilled. So it will go to that. Similarly, let's say I'm telling it's a prior to approval condition. All prior to approval condition belongs to underwriter. But here I'm telling this is prior to approval condition, but document need to be collected from borrower. So borrower will provide the document. This condition will go to borrower. Type what type of document? I am telling it is my pay stub. So I will choose the income. That income type of this condition belongs to income. This is income type condition. In every LOS, this is how you will have a different pop-up. You will have it all these functions could be in a different sequence. It might be categorized first. They might have given some other name, but you need to understand what this belongs to. The concept behind what is the concept is assigned to who is going to fulfill this condition. Categories means which category does it belong to prior to approval. Does this condition need to fulfill prior to approval in a loan? Even if there is one single prior to approval condition remains is open, not fulfilled, not cleared, that means loan is hold in underwriting. No closing work will be done on that because loan is still in underwriting, not prior to approval. If there is not a single prior to approval condition is open, then that means loan is ready to move to closing team or goes to clear to close. Am I clear with them? With this concept? Now here is what we need to write the condition. What is our condition? Like you can take condition from here, borrow to explain why the bonus is not reflecting, right? So you can copy this here and you can paste here. Remember in your LOS, you won't have so much space. You could have only half of this space to write your condition. We need to be very specific, concise, to the point. Here we are not going to provide any explanations why we need. Simple, this is what required. Provide this, right? So borrow to explain. You, instead of that, we will write LOX. We have already written who will fill this. This will be done by the borrower. So why to need borrower? We have already written borrower is going to provide. We have already selected borrower. So I will write LOX. Why the bonus is not reflecting on current year's pay stub, right? Rest of the things we cannot write here. That is not a borrower need not to know what we did. That is we will write in the comment section so that whoever the next underwriter, whoever the next reviewer comes to, they can find out why they are asking this document, why the bonus is not reflecting for the current year in the current year pay stub, why they are asking this condition, how they will get to know. So let's say I'm saving it. So here my condition prior to approval income LOX why the bonus is not reflecting in the current year pay stub, right? And here it is assigned for borrower means this information need to be collected from borrower. Borrower is going to provide it. And then when I get this, I can clear it. Let's say first, what was my question? Why someone is asking this document, right? If I wanted to edit, I can go back. I can edit this, not reflecting credit year in the current year's pay stubs or pay stub, and then full stop. Now save it. It will be updated. Now I can save it. There is one condition prior to approval. This is in the prior to approval. Now let's go to main screen. Clarify the first thing. What I was telling you that why underwriter is asking for this document. Then here add the comment. As an underwriter, we need to add comment. We will add the same here why we are asking this document. This will not be going out of this system. It is going to remain in the system so that whoever comes after us on and review this loan, they will have the clarity why we are asking. Here we can ask borrower to explain why the bonus is not reflecting for the current year. However, considering bonus income for current loan, assuming bonus might get awarded at the end of year, still requested for LOX. I'm telling as an underwriter, I have used the bonus income from previous years, but I'm still asking because we have to justify, right? We have to show proof. So once borrower is going to give us explanation on a paper with his signature and date that he used to get his bonus income at the end of the year, and sometimes in the support they can provide their last year's pay stub to show this that see the bonus was awarded in the December or in the November. Those pay stubs they can provide us as a proof. This is the comment that I have saved here, right? And now this comment is going to appear here. Borrow to explain why the bonus is not reflecting for the current year, but it is showing very limited. We can say show more. Or if I go and I see the add comment, you will see here also. And then I add one more, it will show when, who added this, right? And when it was added, it will show with the date, with the time, and even with the name. In the real LOS, you will see who the user is who added this comment. Then if I add one more, that will also come in the sequence with the timestamp. So that whoever comes later, they will know, okay, what underwriter is stating here. So whatever our thought process, we need to write as a comment. You must have heard conditions and comment. Comment is for the next reviewer, next underwriter, second signer, or closing team, or for the anyone else who will visit, who will have access to your LOS, right? To understand what exactly the thought process behind asking a particular document. So there in the condition section, we will only add our conditions, but we won't explain. Sometimes we have to add 50 conditions, 60 conditions in the loan. If we are going to explain why we are asking that document, then it won't be possible for anyone to print that condition page, or even go through 50, like it will be like, the book to read for them. And these condition as it is will be printed and related to borrower will be sent to borrower. Or if I am adding this condition for processor, the processing team will get the notification that there is a condition added for them, and then they have to review and clear it. Am I clear with the conditions concept, manual conditions, how we are going to add conditions manually? Very good. Now all these conditions we have to decide and we have to write them manually. But before that, I wanted to tell you the second option. In a new loan, you might not be whether these are the condition or I am missing any condition. The best option in any LOS, whatever it is, it can be Encompass, it can be H2O, it can be your Empower, it can be your LP, Lending Pad, it can be your White Pro, or whatever the origination LOS you are using, you will have this option also. Those are going to be click to add default condition. Now name could be description, they can give you different, but it will always remain there. Before clicking the default conditions, what we need to tell here, what is our loan program? Now most of the smart LOS, those are being developed now, they have the capability to find out the program from the main screen, right? Most of the LOS, you have to choose the program from here. What is our program? Conventional purchase primary rating. It can be second home, investment, refinance, construction, FHA purchase, right? FHA, VA, USDA, DSCR loan, non-QM loan. Why I'm showing them? This is how you will have the program list in your account. Again, two options. If it is automated, you will not have this select program, right? Filter your loan program. If it is not there, you just click on the add default condition. All the default condition related to that loan will get added in all the columns accordingly. Means your system can read, find out what is the program from your main screen. Or else you will have this, select your program. Our program is conventional purchase primary residence. Now I'm gonna add all the condition. Now this system, my system, is going to add all those conditions which belong or which should be default in this loan, conventional purchase, all the conditions. So it is showing prior to approval, there are 26 default conditions, 13 prior to doc conditions, 4 prior to fund condition, and there are miscellaneous conditions also, 4 miscellaneous conditions also. Now what do you have? Similar, when you were going through AUS, what you did, you were checking, okay, it is suggesting me that income, these documents should be there. I already have, neglect this, move to next. Similar here, we can do, okay, income LOX, this is what manually we have added. Then the next is compliance. Initial signed and dated 1003 uniform residential application. Now we have already gone through our file. We already have the document, so you can clear it. No, we have already this. You will clear, it will show, it is currently showing who cleared underwriter. When you will be working in your LOS, it will show your name or your ID, because once it is saved, then you cannot delete it. It will remain as it is, so that the next person knows, okay, these conditions are cleared by this person, so we need not to do anything. And this is how your original LOS works. Sometime you might see that, okay, this condition is default but not required in my loan, does not apply. So you can even delete this, and you have to, like, let's say this need to be edited, right? It is a default most recent, you wanted only run by the underwriter, so you can edit this also. Most recent AUSDU findings with 2 times with, so you wanted to make it correct with, and then you save it, and this is how it is going to be saved. Sometimes there could be default conditions which you might need to edit, like it is asking pay stub and W2 for all borrowers. Now you reviewed your documents, and you found borrower documents are clear, only co-borrower. So you can edit that condition, and you can specifically write this borrower's pay stub and W2 required. So you can edit those setup conditions. Here with the setup, what is the best thing? You know that you are not going to miss any condition related to this particular loan, this particular product. Then you can clear the condition, you can delete, you can edit accordingly, whatever you require. Now here we have 2 years, most 2 years W2. So you can clear this. Or if you wanted lesser number, you can delete this. I don't require this. You can delete whatever are not required. 45060 signed and dated by all borrower, right? So you can edit this, that okay, we need to edit this condition 45060. What you wanted to edit? You wanted it processor, but categories should be prior to doc. You will save this, right? It is also income. You save this. It will move from here to here, see income, that prior to doc. Sometimes it happens. Some condition can come default in different category. So you can move them, you can edit them, you can save them. Whatever required, you keep them. What are not required, you can delete them or clear them if those are getting clear. Am I clear how this is going to behave? Did you understand how to play with the conditions? How you can move one condition from one category to another category? How you can edit these categories, right? And what are the default condition? Otherwise you will always remain confused, right? That okay, did I miss any condition? So you have all the default condition. Once all these conditions are cleared, like SSA 1099, is our borrower is receiving any SSA? No. So we can delete this. Self-employment 2 years. Our borrower is not self-employed. You can delete this. Retiree pension, no needed. So whatever does not apply on our loan, you can delete them. Now remaining, you can edit, match with your condition, whatever you have listed down, and make sure all these appear there as it is. You can edit them. Now purchase agreement, purchase contract, appraisal report already are there. So you can leave it as it. Is that going to be helpful for you guys? How to add condition, how you can edit condition, what are different type of condition, how to clear it. Once all these conditions will be cleared, naturally you will move the loan with to the closing. Then they will go through all these conditions and will make sure these conditions are met. Once those are condition clear, it will go to the funding, and then funding will happen once they have all clear all these conditions. Make sense?